Hey everybody, welcome to Forex Trading Analysis. Today is April the 25th. It is around 7:30 p.m. right now, and we're going to be looking at three different pairs. But before we get started, quick risk disclaimer. Foreign exchange trading carries a high level of risk. Before you decide to trade foreign exchange, we encourage you to consider your investment objectives, your risk tolerance, and trading experience. It is possible to lose some or all of your initial investment, so don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Seek advice from an independent financial or tax advisor, and all information provided is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as trading advice or counsel. So, actually, before we look at the charts, I want to take a quick look at news coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. And we have unemployment claims coming out at 8:30 and pending home sales month to month at 10 a.m. from the US dollar. So some pairs will be looking to move, definitely the major pairs. So I'll be looking at a few major pairs today. And I always like unemployment claims because they come out often and they're fairly easy to trade. Sometimes they will ruin a couple trades, but I do like trading unemployment claims. So first pair I want to take a look at is the dollar Canadian, which is currently has been in an extended range to the downside. We've been in a pretty large downtrend ever since this is back in 2011. This is October. So the highs in October were around 1.067, and we've just reached 7-month lows at around 0.98268 is where we're trading, or 98278 is where we're trading right now. So we have been in an extended downtrend for the Canadian dollar, but as you know from the Canadian dollar, it's a very choppy pair, and we do get a lot of corrections after a large push to the downside. So just a quick example back here, a large push to the downside and almost a 100 pip correction to the upside, actually more than 100 pips. So corrections from the US dollar, Canadian dollar is something that I really like to trade, and we have been in a pretty extended downtrend. The RSI has been in almost oversold or oversold territory since yesterday at around 8 o'clock, so 8 p.m. So this is a pair that is overtraded right now. Pessimism is at a peak, and while we might have a little bit more to run from the pair, it is possible we could reach down to around 0.98. I don't think that we will have much farther to go than that. So I really do like a correction to the upside from this pair. Possibly the 100 or 200 day is a, or sorry, 100 or 200 hour is going to be a good profit target for me. A lot of times people don't like to trade corrections because they think it's not as profitable. This is 75 pips, and this is around 90 pips. So if you're making 90 pips every time from waves, I would be extremely impressed because waves are a lot harder to predict than corrections. So I am a momentum trader, and currently we are making lower lows in price and higher lows in the RSI, which is a bullish pattern for the RSI and something that I really do like to trade. So like I said, I think we could reach down to maybe around 0.98, but past that we should be capped, and pushes back to the upside should happen from this pair in the next few days. So that is one pair that I really do like right now, and want to make sure that it is not in direct opposition of a euro trade. I've been saying for a little while that it is possible that we could reach the 200-day moving average for the euro. I am bearish this pair, and I will remain that way until possibly we break the highs here. Close of this bar is 1.34779. If we do start to break that, then I think possibly euro buying may be predominant in this market right now. But for now, I will stay bearish on this pair. I do think that we have a lot of resistance levels to get through before I change my bias. First level that I'll be looking at is definitely the 200-day moving average, which is currently printing at 1.33192. After that, I think close of the highs here at 1.33565 are going to be important, and then the level that I set back there. So we do have a lot of resistance for this pair, and it is a pair that I will be continuing to look for the downside of late, which will support my US dollar Canadian long. And so the last pair I want to take a look at is the Aussie dollar, which, if you've been following, has been in a downtrend since this is back in February 2012. So I wouldn't quite justify this as a downtrend yet, just based on the fact that the Aussie dollar does have so much strength. We are sort of reaching now towards the 100 period moving average on the weekly. And so I think that we do have a lot more to run to the downside for this pair, and the upside is also potential as well. RSI is currently printing at 45.5, so really a strong move in either way is possible. We are just above the 200-day moving average, and so my bias for this pair is going to be tentative based on the fact that we are going to be, since we're printing right on the line, I'll be looking for the next few days as indication of whether I should be going long or short. So first thing that I see when I look at the hourly charts is range upside that looks like as if it may be being capped. So we haven't quite been posting a bearish divergence yet, but it is pretty close. So the RSI has been printing higher and price has been higher, but I think if we do have one more push, RSI will be first of all in the overbought territory, and second of all, we will probably post a bearish divergence on this chart. So right now I'll just be watching the Aussie as well as the New Zealand dollar, which is kind of a similar chart, a similar RSI chart anyway. And we are reaching towards overbought conditions, but not quite there yet. So I think possibly if we reach around 1.385 and possibly even 1.4 by the end of the next few days, that is going to be a level I'll be looking to place trades, definitely to the downside. And while I don't quite know what my bias is for the long term health of this pair, I do think that the next few days are going to be a good indication of whether we are going to push to the upside or to the downside. So no trades yet from the Aussie dollar, but just take a look at the charts. I really do like the Canadian dollar trade right now, and possibly even a euro trade, but for now I'll be sitting on my hands, and I'll be posting another video tomorrow with some more possible updates. So thank you very much for watching. Follow us at SynergyFX during the week, and good luck trading.